Welcome to lesson 4 of our website development course. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to add links, images, and lists to our web page. These are some of the most common elements used in real websites. Let's start by creating our lesson 4 folder. In our lesson 4 folder, we create our index.html. So we have most commonly used elements in real website. Those are the things we are going to learn in this lesson. Let's start by text formatting. There are elements used in text formatting in HTML. Let's start with bold. That's B. This is used to bold the text. We also have, you already know, line break. It's useful. We are going to use it here so that we can break what we are doing. We don't have them on a single line. So we also have italic, so to italize our text, italic text. So we are going to break the line as well. We also have elements to underline text. This will underline text. Okay. We also have what we call strong. This strong does the same thing with bold, but the only difference is that strong is important. We call it important bold text. So important bold text. Okay. So we have something we call emphasized italic text. Emphasize italic text. This also does the same job as italic, but the difference between them is that it italicized text and emphasize for screen reader. Okay, so these are the elements we use for text formatting in HTML. Okay, now let's talk about links. How do you go from one page to another in your website, or from your website to another website? So let's talk about, we call external links. We also, if we say links, we also understand it as URL. So external links are the links that are not in your website. That means another URL entirely different from your website. But we have internal links. That is the link that links to the same page in your website. That links to another page in the same website. Okay, so if you do something like this, okay, let me make use of comments. Text formatting. Okay, so I'm going to make use of break line like 3 here, so that we have our text to be a little bit down. So we are going to have our links code. So this is links. So we can have something like this. Tag A is used to define link in HTML. We have HRE. This is where your URL is going to live. And this is also important. It tells visit page, or let's use Google for as an example. Visit Google. So we are going to type, here is where you are going to put your link, your URL. That's whenever you click your link, that's where you are going to get yourself. This is google.com. Okay. So href is the URL where you are going to type your URL. And this target tells the browser to open link in a new tab entirely. You don't want to eradicate the current page you are, but you want to open that link. So you use the attribute tag, so which you are going to support with blank, and it means it tells the browser to open the link in a new tab. Okay, so this is going to take us to, okay, let's run this with our live server. And you see bold text, italic text, underline text, important bold. And you see they are the same, but it's just tell the browser it is more important than emphasize italic text. Look at visit Google. So if you click on this, we are going to open Google web page. Okay, so let's move on. So, and again, we are going to create a link that opens another page in our website that will not go to external page or external website. Like for example, if we have about.html, so go to about page. Okay, so this link goes to another page in the same project. So for example, let me create, you must have the page available. So let me create about.html. Sorry, this should be in here. So if you have, let's just write simple HTML code. My about page. Sorry, we missed something here, the head. So we are going to create the body. Give it head 1. And with paragraph. This is my about page. So if you run our default page with live server, can you see? Go to, this is going to take us to about page. Okay, so that's just as simple as it is. It's not taking us to another website, it's taking us in the same website as ours. Okay, so another part we need to talk about in these important elements we often use in HTML is IMG tag, image element. So I'm going to break the line again. call it images. So we define image in HTML using tag img src, which is where we are going to put our image part. This alternative, it means if the image is not available to the browser will display this alternative. It's very important when you are defining your image to the SEO, the search engine optimization. So this is my photo. Okay. So if you're going to have, you can give it a size. For example, the width of the, can call it, maybe make it 300 ps. So we are going to look for an image and display it. Let's quickly do this. We are going, let's search for image on Google website images. So I'll click on this so that it just give us what we want. So can you see, for example, I can actually download this. You right click and you can rename your download web image. Okay, so this is going to go to your download. You can copy it. Let's say we should be able to put it in our it's not okay, it's allowed us when you just do Control V. Okay, this should be in our lesson 4. So can you see? So you are going to display this to the browser. So what do we call it? What's the name? Web image .jp, web image .jpg. Okay, when you open this in the browser, you are going to have this image. No, are we okay? Okay, we have not closed our image tag, so you must close your image tag. So that's the reason you're unable to run the HTML code. It's not appearing. So now we have our image. We give it size. Let's try to amend the size. Let's give it maybe 500. Okay, so you see it becomes bigger. So those are the simple. Okay, so we are having this live server is telling us that we cannot reload our page for us because there is nobody and held. So we are going to do that so that we have it HTML. So we then put the rest in the body. So we solve the live server error. That's what we have learned so far. So in displaying our image, we have This is IMG, the tag to use image element. And this is SRC, stand for source of your image. It's going to be image part. Okay. And the alternative text, if the image is not found, this text will be displayed. Let's see how this text will be displayed. So for example, if I misspell the image part, we should, can you see, we have my photo alternative text instead of the image, since the image is not available. Okay, so can adjust the size and the height. Can also give it height if you want. Okay, and give it 200 height. So just depends on what you want to do and what you like to do. You can also display image from external URL. Okay, let's add this. So if you have image SRC, for example, let me display one public image from this website. Pixum website is called Pixum. You can look to it. Those photos, they are all public photo that you can use. So we define the 300. This 300 means the size of the photo. So alternative text is random. It's going to display random image for you, random image. Okay. So if you go here, so you are going to have, if you reload the page, you see that you have another image. The website only display random image for you. Okay. As you notice, our lesson is too long. I'm going to cut this lesson to have part two of lesson 4, because it's getting too long, so that we don't have too long video to watch at the time. Thank you. See you in part 2 of lesson 4.